Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly, and today our topic is how to generate and send GST invoice on successful Razorpay payment. So here my objective is that whenever I'm going to receive a successful payment through Razorpay, then automatically I'm going to capture the detail of that payment, and if in that payment I'm going to get the GST detail of my customer, then automatically I'm going to capture those details and I'm going to use these details to first create an invoice by using Refrens, and after creating this GST invoice, I'm going to send that invoice automatically to my customer via email. So for my objective, I have to build a connection between Razorpay, Refrens and Gmail. So for building this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing software for automation and integration. In Pabbly Connect, I need to use the concept of trigger and actions. In trigger application, I'm going to use Razorpay. In action application, first I'm going to use Refrens and then I'm going to use Gmail. So how I'm going to build this connection? For that, let me take you to my computer screen. I hope all you can see my computer screen, and today I have an exciting tutorial for all the business owners and freelancers out there. If you are using Razorpay for payments and want to automatically send GST invoices, then you are at the right place. Imagine this: every time a customer makes a payment through Razorpay, and if that customer fills out their GST details and wants the GST invoice, then automatically a GST invoice will be generated by using Refrens and it will be sent to that customer. This not only saves you time, but also ensures that your invoicing is always accurate and up to date. In this video, I will show you step by step how to set up this automation using Pabbly Connect. And you know the best part is that you don't need any coding and programming skills. You just have to use Pabbly Connect to build this connection between Razorpay and Refrens. Now whenever we are going to receive a new payment for an order through Razorpay, then automatically by using all those details, we are going to create a new GST invoice and we are going to send that to our customer. Now for using Pabbly Connect, I need to open a new tab and search for pabbly.com/connect, and it will take us to this landing page of Pabbly Connect. Here we have two options: sign in and sign up for free. If you don't have any account with Pabbly Connect, then you just have to click on this sign up for free button, and it will take only 2 minutes of your time and you will get 100 tasks free every month. Or if you already have an account, you can just sign in and you will get to see this page. So these are all the apps that Pabbly offers, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect here. For that, I need to click here on this Access Now button under Pabbly Connect, and it will direct us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here this is the workflow section and we can see all the workflows that we will create here. And this is the folder section. We can create new folder here and we can save any workflow in any particular folder that we want. Now here I need to create a new workflow. For that I need to click here on this create workflow button and this window will pop up. Here I need to name my workflow, so I'm going to name it as my objective, which is to generate and send GST invoice on successful Razorpay payment. Now what I need to do is I need to first select my folder where I want to save my workflow. So I'm going to open this tab, and in this tab I will find all the folders that I have created in my Pabbly Connect account, and I'm going to use this particular folder of Razorpay. So I'm going to select this, and now I'm going to click on create. And this will take us to this most important window of our workflow. Here we have two boxes, trigger and action. So these are the two main principles on which our workflow works on. And trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is going to be the first step that will get executed in our workflow, and action will just follow that. So we need to set up our trigger first, and here my trigger application is going to be Razorpay. So I'm going to select Razorpay here. And now I need to select my trigger event. So I'm going to open this tab, and order paid will be my trigger event. So I'm going to select this. And now I need to connect Razorpay with Pabbly Connect, and for that I need to use this webhook URL. So this webhook URL is going to work as a bridge between Razorpay and Pabbly Connect. Now for connecting Razorpay in my workflow, I need to follow all these instructions. And first I need to copy this webhook URL, and now I need to take you to my Razorpay account. And in my Razorpay account, I will go to Accounts and Settings. And here in Accounts and Settings, I have this option of webhooks. So I'm going to open this. And here in webhook, I need to create a new webhook. So for that, I'm going to click here on this add new webhook button. And here first I need to give my webhook URL. So I'm going to paste that webhook URL that I have copied from Pabbly Connect. Now I need to select my active events. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to select this event of order paid. Now I need to click on create webhook. And I have successfully added my webhook and I have saved my webhook successfully. Now let's go back to Pabbly Connect. And here in Pabbly Connect, we can see it is waiting for webhook response. So for getting this webhook response, what I need to do is I need to make a successful payment and I need to create a new order by making a payment through Razorpay. Let me take you back to Razorpay. I will go to my payment pages and here these are all the payment pages that I have added in my websites. So I'm going to use this particular payment page of Java Notes for Professional. So I'm going to open this page URL and I'm going to open that in a new tab. And here this is my payment page for my product. So first I need to select my product and my product is of Java Notes. My amount is 399 rupees. I have to give the quantity that will be 1. Now I have to give the name of my customer. So my name will be test user. Email will be testuser@pabblytudes.com. I'm going to give a random phone number. And now I need to give the GST number of my customer. So here this is an optional detail and if this detail is filled, then only I'm going to create a GST invoice. So I'm going to fill my GST number here. So this is my customer GST number and now I'm going to make the payment. So I'm going to click on pay. I'm going to make the card payment. So I'm going to click on card. So here this is the test payment. So I'm going to give the test card number. Also I'm going to give the test expiry date. My card holder name will be test user and I'm going to give a CVV. Now I'm going to click on pay now. This 111 is my test OTP. So I'm going to type that and I'm going to click on submit. And my payment here is successful and I have created this order by making a successful payment in Razorpay. Now let's go back to Pabbly Connect. And here in Pabbly Connect, we can see I have received this response. So in this response, I have the status of captured. I have the quantity that is 1. I have my random phone number of my customer. I have my product name that is Java Notes. I have the name of my customer that is test user. I have the GST number and I have the email that is testuser@pabblytudes.com. Also, I have received my amount here. So my amount is in smallest currency unit and I need to change this in the particular currency unit that I want. So I'm going to change that in my further steps. Before that, what I need to do is that I only want to create invoices for the customer that are going to fill their GST details in my payment page. So for that, what I need to do is I need to set up my filter first. So for setting up my filter, I need to set up my action. So I'm going to open this tab. And here, filter by Pabbly will be my action application. So I'm going to select this. And now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab. And filter values will be my action event. So I'm going to select this. And I'm going to connect filter by Pabbly with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. And now for setting up my filter, I need to select my label, filter type, and the value. So for the label, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the label of GST number that I'm going to receive from my response of Razorpay. So for selecting my label, I need to open this tab and I'm going to open this response of Razorpay. And here I have this label of payload payment entity notes GST. So in this label, my customer is going to add their GST number. So I'm going to select this as my label. And now I need to select my filter type. So I'm going to open this tab and is not empty will be my filter type. So here what is going to happen is that every time I'm going to receive any detail in this particular label of GST, then this filter type will work. It will give me the status of success. So if I'm getting the detail of GST, then this label is not going to be empty and I'm going to receive the GST detail of my customer. So now I need to click on save and send test request button. And here my status is success and my condition is true. So this means that this label is not empty and it has some GST detail. So this means that I'm receiving the GST detail of my customer. Now I need to use those GST detail to create a GST invoice. Now before creating the GST invoice, what I need to do is that in my Razorpay response, I'm receiving my amount in the smallest currency unit. So I need to change this first. So for that, I'm going to add one more action step. And here my action application is going to be number formatter. So I'm going to select number formatter here. And now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab. And perform math operation will be my action event. So I'm going to select this. And now I need to connect number formatter by Pabbly with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. For performing my math operation, I need to give the numbers. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the amount that I'm receiving from my Razorpay response and I'm going to divide that by 100 to get the required currency unit. So here in the numbers, I'm going to map the amount of my product. So for that, what I need to do is I need to use mapping. And what mapping is a technique through which I can retrieve the data from the previous steps, and the data that is changing will get replaced with the new data in the real time. So for mapping, I need to click here. I will open this response of Razorpay. And here this is my amount of my product. So I'm going to map this. And now I want to divide this number by 100. So I'm going to give a comma and I'm going to type 100 here. Now for performing the math operation, I need to give my operation. So I'm going to open this tab and I'm going to select divide. And now I need to click on save and send test request button. And here in the result, I have received this response. So in this response, I have received my amount in the required currency unit. So my amount is of 399 rupees now. After getting the amount, what I need to do is I need to set up a lookup table. And I'm going to select lookup table as my action application here. So I'm going to select lookup table and I have to give an action event that will be lookup table 2. And I'm going to connect this. Now here in the lookup table, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my lookup table, and for that I need to add more rows here. Now in this lookup table, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the label of my products, and in the value I'm going to give the GST rate that is applicable on those products. So here in the label I'm going to give the name of my products, and in the value I'm going to give the GST rates that are applicable on those products. So I'm going to fill my lookup table here. So here these are my products. So I'm just taking example of these products. So here these are my products and these are my applicable GST rates. So my rates are 5%, 18% and 18%. Now here I need to give my lookup key, and in the lookup key what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the product. I'm going to use the product name that I'm going to receive from my Razorpay response. And by using that lookup key, I'm going to find the value of the applicable GST rate from my lookup table, and I'm going to get that GST rate to further use to generate my invoice. Now for my lookup key, what I need to do is I need to map my product name. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Razorpay. And here this is my product name, that is Java Notes. So I'm going to map this. And now what is going to happen is that as I'm going to click on save and send test request button, lookup table is going to find this lookup key in the lookup table, and it is going to give me the value of the applicable GST rate. So I'm going to click on save and send test request button. And here I have received this response. So here I have received my result value, that is 5%. So now what is going to happen is that every time I'm going to receive a new response from Razorpay, then I'm going to get the new product detail, and automatically by getting that product detail, I'm going to find my applicable GST rate. So here I have received my GST rate. Now what I need to do is I need to generate the GST invoice for my customer. So I'm going to add one more action step. And here for generating invoice, I'm going to use reference. So I'm going to select reference here. And now I need to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab, and create invoice will be my action event. So I'm going to select this, and I need to connect reference with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect, and I will click on add new connection. And for connecting reference with Pabbly Connect, I need the app ID and the app secret. So how I can find these details? For that, what we need to do is we need to talk to our reference team, and this app ID and app secret will be provided by the reference team. So I have received these details, and I have used these details to create an existing connection. So you can fill this detail and you can create your connection. So I'm going to use this existing connection, and I need to click on save. And now first I need the URL key. So this URL key is also going to be provided by the reference team. So I'm going to fill my URL key here. So this is my URL key, and now I have to give my invoice title. So my invoice title will be new sale, and I'm going to scroll down. And here I need to create the text invoice. So I'm going to select that as my invoice type. And now I have to give my invoice currency. So I'm going to map my invoice currency here. So I have to click here. I will open the response of Razorpay. And here I'm going to receive my amount in this particular currency, that is INR, which is for Indian rupees. So I'm going to map this. And now I'm going to fill all these details of my customer here. So I have to first map the name of my customer. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Razorpay. And here this is the name of my customer, that is test user. So I'm going to map this. Now I'm not receiving the address details, so I'm not going to fill these details. Now I have to give the bill to country. So I'm going to bill this in India. So I'm going to type my country code here, that will be IN, and it is for India. Now I'm going to scroll down, and I have to give the GST number on which I want to bill this invoice. So I'm going to map the GST number of my customer. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Razorpay. And here this is the GST number of my customer, so I'm going to map this. Now similarly, I have to give the phone number and I'm going to map the email address. And now I have to give the build by details. So in the build by details, I have to give the details of my company from which this invoice is going to get generated. So here in the build by name, I'm going to give the name of the vendor. So I'm going to type the name of my company here, ABC Technology. Now I'm going to scroll down and I have to give my build by country. So here build by country will be same, that is IN, and it is for India. Now I have to fill my GST number. So here I'm going to fill my GST number. Now I have to give my phone number and the email. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to fill my phone number of my company. So this is my phone number. I'm going to give the email address. So my email will be abctech@pabblytudes.com. And now I have to fill the detail of my product. So first I have to give the item name. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Razorpay. And here this is the name of my product, that is Java Notes. So I'm going to map this. Now I'm going to give the item rate. So in the item rate, I have to give the amount of my product. So I'm receiving my amount from my number formatter response. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response on number formatter. And here this is my amount. So I'm going to map this. Similarly, I have to give the quantity. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Razorpay. And here this is my quantity. So I'm going to map this. Now I have to give the GST rate that is applicable on my product. So I'm getting my GST rate from my lookup table. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of lookup table. And here this is my GST rate. So I'm going to map this. And now I have filled all the required details and I have made these details dynamic. Now what is going to happen is that every time I'm going to receive a new response from Razorpay, that automatically I'm going to use all those details of my Razorpay payment. So as I'm going to receive a new response from Razorpay payment, that automatically all those details of my order is going to get changed here and I'm going to get the new details in the real time. Now I'm going to scroll down and I need to click on Save and Send Test to Quit button. And here I have received this response. So this is a positive response and this means that I have created a new GST invoice in Refrens by using all the detail of my payment that I have received from Razorpay. So to check this, let me take you to Refrens. Here I will go to Invoices. Now here in Invoices, we can see I have created this new invoice. So I'm going to open this. And here this invoice was billed to test user and this is the GST number of my customer. Also in this, I have the detail of my company, that is ABC Technology. I have my GST number, email address and the phone number. So here I have created this invoice for this product of Java Notes. Here I have my GST rate, that is of 5%. I have my quantity, that is 1. My rate is 399 rupees. And here this is my total amount after adding the GST tags, that is 418 rupees. So here we can see that automatically by using all the detail of my Razorpay payment, I have created a new GST invoice by using Refrens. So here my connection between Razorpay and Refrens is working successfully, and whenever I'm going to receive a new successful payment from Razorpay, then automatically by using all those details of my payment, I'm going to create a new GST invoice and now I want to send this invoice to my customer. So for this, let me take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here in Pabbly Connect, we can see I have this Share PDF tab. So in this tab, I have this PDF link of my invoice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this PDF link and I'm going to share this PDF link with my customer, and I'm going to share this GST invoice with my customer by sharing an email. So for sending the email, I have to add my last actions tab, and here my action application is going to be Gmail. So I'm going to select Gmail here, and now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab and send email will be my action event. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to connect Gmail with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. I will click on add new connection and I will connect with Gmail. And now I'm going to click on allow to give access to my account. And my connection here is successful. Now first what I need to do is I have to give my recipient email addresses. So in this tab, I'm going to give the email address of my customer. So I'm going to map that. So I have to click here. I will open the response of Razorpay. And here this is the email address of my customer. So I'm going to map this. Now similarly, I have to scroll down and I have to give the sender name. So in the sender name, I'm going to give my company name, that is ABC Technology. Now I have to give my email subject. So my email subject will be GST invoice for your purchase. And now I have to select my email content type. So my email content type will be plain. And now I have to give my email content. So here my email content will be So here this is going to be my email content, and I have used this simple email that is hello, and after hello I'm going to map the name of my customer. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Razorpay, and here this is the name of my customer, so I'm going to map this. Thank you for shopping with us, and with this email we are sharing the GST invoice of your purchase for product, and after product I'm going to give a space and I'm going to map the name of the product, that is Java Notes. So I'm going to map this, and here this email will end. Warm regards, Team ABC Technology. So here this is the example of my email content, and you can type your email content that you want to send to your customer. Now here what I need to do is I need to add my attachment of my GST invoice. So here first I need to give my file name. So my file name will be gstinvoice.pdf, and this .pdf is my extension name. Now I have to give the attachment. So for the attachment I need to click here, and I'm going to map the PDF link of my GST invoice that I have created by using Refrens. So I'm going to open the response of Refrens, and here I have the share PDF link. So I'm going to map this. So this is going to be my attachment link. So I have mapped that. Now every time I'm going to generate a new GST invoice by using Refrens, then automatically I'm going to get the new PDF link. And as I have mapped this PDF link here, then automatically all these PDF links are going to get replaced, and I'm going to get the new PDF link of the GST invoices in the real time. Now I need to scroll down, and I need to click on Save and Send Test Toolkit button. And here we can see I have received this response. So this is a positive response, and this means that I have sent an email automatically to my customer with the GST invoice. Now to check this, let me take you to Gmail. And here in Gmail I'm on send section, and here I've sent this email to test user. So I'm going to open this, and here this is my email that says hello test user. So this was the name of my customer. Thank you for shopping with us, and with this email we are sharing the GST invoice of your purchase for product Java Notes. Warm regards, Team ABC Technology. And here I have this invoice. So I'm going to open this, and here we can see that this was the invoice that I have generated by using Refrens. So here this is the GST invoice for my customer, and I've automatically shared this invoice with my customer via email. So here we can see that my connection between Razorpay, Refrens and Gmail is working successfully. And now whenever I'm going to receive a successful payment from Razorpay, then automatically by using that payment details, and if in that payment detail I'm going to get the GST detail of my customer, then automatically I'm going to first generate a GST invoice for my customer, and automatically I'm going to share that GST invoice with my customer via email. So let's go back to Pabbly Connect, and here I have successfully created this automation between Razorpay, Refrens and Gmail to generate and send GST invoice on successful Razorpay payment. So let's summarize what we did here. So first I set up my trigger, and my trigger application was Razorpay, and my trigger event was order paid. Then I have set up my filter, and here my action event was filter values. Then I have used number formatter as my action application, and here perform math operation was my action event. After that I have set up my lookup table for getting the GST rate for my product. And after this I have used Refrens to create the invoice. And in the last I have used Gmail as my action application, and send email was my action event. So this is how I have successfully created this workflow, and you can also create this workflow by following all the steps that I did in my workflow. And I'm also going to put the link of my workflow in the description, so you can check it out from there. And thank you for watching this video.
Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this by using Pabbly Connect. So if you want to reach out to us, then email us at support@pabbly.com. And if you have any queries, then you can write us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any issue with the pricing, then you can visit this link. And if you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.